Hey, it's Shelly Rose May, Art by the Métis Mama, and I'm doing some project shares. And I don't know what else will come up, but I'm using this as my place to stay in frame. I recently finished the last of my junk journals. I've been trying to finish up projects. I need to kind of work these a little bit. These are canvas junk journals, and I really love working on canvas. It's so fun. So I get these canvas pads from our local Dollar Gate, and you just tear out the sheets, and then so what I do is I just throw on a bunch of different colors of paint, as you can see. So this one I just flower punched out some flowers from some wrapping paper, and I did some flowers there. Let me see. So what I was gonna do is outline some of these flowers with my acrylic paint pen. Let's see here. So I'm just finishing these off, little details. And I'm doing a trade. So I'm just trying to go through my projects and see what kind of stuff I have left in my stash that I could do a trade with. I do have several things that I've already started putting together for this new trade. During the holiday season, we will be off from work for a bit, so I'll have time to create. So we'll see what happens and what kind of projects I decide to work on, because I'll definitely be doing some art still. I do plan on taking a break, a sabbatical from my art in 2026, from taking orders and possibly even workshops, because I do have 2 scheduled, but after those ones are done, I plan on kind of just going to hibernation for a little bit. I just really need to do that for myself. So I like how that turned out. The other thing I wanted to do to this one was, let's see, go through my little printable box here. These are cards that I made with my husband, collaboration art cards. They're just done on flashcards, and I sanded down the backgrounds and I applied a hymn sheet to the backs of each one of these cards. So I'm not sure if you can see that there's a hymn sheet back there. I think you can. And so he painted over top of the hymn sheet. He did all the background work, and then I did the rest. He did this part, and then I came up with this part. I really love this one. I think I might keep this one for myself. But these ones I'm gonna probably put in future junk journals. So I just have to sand on the backs and then put some kind of paper here so I can journal on it. And same with these ones, because these will go in possible for future junk journals when I start getting back into doing junk journals again. But let's see here. I do have some hearts in here somewhere. Where are they? That I made using ChatGPT. I love using it for like little projects like this where maybe I don't have enough time to get to doing some of my, like for example, sometimes I get bored of using the same printables I have, like these hearts. These are printables that I made a while back. And, you know, I get bored of them and I want something different. So I use ChatGPT to make some new hearts for me, and now I can't find them. Maybe I already stuck them in. Oh, here they are. So I have a variety, but these are the ones. I have other ones that have other pictures on it as well. But I had it make hearts like this with a blank space so that it can write a word. So that's what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to probably go with this middle one, this raspberry. Oh, my nose is a little bit plugged. Had a little challenge with my 8-year-old this morning. He was, I don't know. Anyways, I went to go check on him because I knew he was upset with me. So I went and laid down with him. I was cuddling with him, and then he didn't want me to get up. And then he's got really bad impulse control. And so he just kept trying to keep me laying down in bed, which is fine. I don't mind snuggling with him. So I did for a bit, but then he started wrestling with me, and I'm like, no, I'm not wrestling. It's like 9 in the morning. I do not have the energy to wrestle at 9 in the morning. And then he just wouldn't let me go, and he's so relentless. He doesn't know how to stop. Like, it's really hard to get him to, like, stop and just let me go. So it was kind of a bit of a struggle to get out of bed. So I also have this one. So I'm gonna do the same thing for this one too. I'll go around the flowers, but let's pick another. I guess I'll just do this one. I don't know how the lighting is going to be in this video. I'm creating upstairs now. My downstairs, I took apart my whole studio downstairs because it's really hard for me to create down there, especially in the wintertime. It gets really cold down there. But not just that. My husband's in the States right now, and he's going to be there for a long time. His mom is needing some extra support, but also he needs some do some self-care because he has a brain tumor and he just hasn't been doing that great lately and not getting sleep. So we just kind of decided, because just been dealing with a lot of stress with our teens, so we just kind of decided, you know what, like, why don't you go to the States, spend Christmas with your mom, see how she's doing, get some self-care in. And off he went to Pennsylvania, and he'll be there for quite some time. And I'm okay with that. And we miss him, but he needed to do that for himself. And I got things under control here, so we're all good. But yeah, it sounds like his mom really needed some support. So I'm really happy that they're together there right now. And I don't know where I was going because I went off on a tangent, but that's me. But yeah, it's been a bit of a action-packed morning for me and my 8-year-old because, like I said, he's got really, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to use the word bad because it's not bad, but his impulse control is hard for him to control. I need to get a diagnosis with him. I found out before we went to court for legal guardianship of him, I found out that his mom did drink while she was carrying him. So, and no stigma no judgment, and there is a stigma attached to that FASD. Like, it happens to so many people. So, like, you can be a working class mom, have a great job in life, and it can happen to you. So, don't judge people for what they did to their children before they were born, because we don't know people's stories. So now I'm going to, where is it? Oops. Outline. I already did it here a little bit. I'm going to outline the body on this one. Our family has a lot of intergenerational trauma. I like to use my art platform to educate people on residential schools and intergenerational trauma, and like how much it's impacted our communities. And right now there's a huge effort to censor a lot of that stuff. I know we're shifting into a different way of living. There's a lot of spiritual prophecy happening right now, indigenous prophecy, but it doesn't erase our history. Our history happened, and our communities have a lot of trauma. There's communities that have worked hard on healing and recovery and are doing amazing, indigenous communities, and there's others that still have a long way to go, and there's everything in between. So I like sharing that part of our family history because it's very relevant to the type of art I make. My art is focused on helping people remember the truth of who they are as spiritual beings, embracing their identity as spirit, but also recognizing that yes, we do have trauma, but it doesn't have to define us. And healing can happen, so a lot of my messages are around healing and limiting beliefs and programming, and like how we can rise above all that, and tools that we can use to empower ourselves and educate ourselves to heal and move forward in life. Okay, so I'm gonna write a couple words on these. This one I'm just gonna write, oh, it's got raspberries on it. I think I'm gonna write something connected to that one. Raspberries are a really good medicine. I think I'm just gonna write that, good medicine, because we all are good medicine. We are the medicine. How we live our life is medicine, when we live it in a good way. So good medicine. And this one I'm going to put, what am I going to put for this one? I always like to invite spirit into my mind when I'm creating, and let spirit direct how my projects turn out. And for this one here, I'm guided to write healing. Okay, so there. Do I want to put a black center in the center of my flowers, or leave as is? I think I'll just leave them as is. Okay, so these two are done. They just need ties, like closures. So I just have to figure out what closures. I gotta stick stick some goodies in there. It's like after 9 in the morning. I'm still waking up. My son Kenny did this artwork when he was in elementary school. So I've been using it for projects because, you know, like, yeah, I'm very much about letting go of stuff. I don't like hoarding things and hanging on to things because I just feel like things weigh you down. Like, what's the point of keeping things? It's only special to me because my son made it. One day when I'm no longer here and I cross over the veil to the other side, I am not going to be able to take his drawings with me. So I'm going to let them go. So what I did is I made junk journal pages out of them. I used a portion of it to do this butterfly girl for this smaller journal. And this little wee journal has a portion of it on the wings. So I think I'm going to be keeping this one for myself. But these are some of the journals that I've worked on. Did I do flip through this one or this one? That one. So here's the one. Whoops. He just kind of got stuck there. So this one I used a napkin for the inside. This one I also used a napkin for the inside. And there's a nice tuck spot, pocket, the bag. There's some more of his artwork with part of his name. There we go. And I always sew these together. I use embroidery floss to sew these, and I just do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. That's a cute picture. That's a little Zentangle doodle that I did, and I didn't love it, so I tore it in half, and part of it went in this journal and the other part went in this journal. So there we go. So those 2 journals are done. They just need ties and some goodies put inside. Then again here I need to kind of outline this butterfly body. Sage is awful quiet in the bedroom. I'm gonna have to go check on him here. Maybe he's going back to sleep. He woke me up at 8, just before 8, to get up because I told him like I like to sleep in on the weekends a little bit. So finally got up. Now he's gone back to bed, the little bugger. I need to go check on him though, but if he's fallen back to sleep, I guess I can relax a little bit more. But there we go. And then I just kind of have to work this a little bit. It's a little bit stiff because they were drying from the Mod Podge, but once they get worked out a bit, they're really nice. Oops. So just a variety of different pages again, similar pages to the other ones. I accidentally clipped off that part of the bag, so I just got to glue that together. Okay, and there's that one. So this one is lined with tissue paper. So there's that one. And I'm going to put some, like an inspirational word here too, which I think I have some here. I think. Let's look. I should have some in here. Here's one. So first one I see is Warrior. Let's do that one. All right. And I'm just going to use my finger into the Mod Podge and let's put some on the back here. And I'll just put that right there. Or maybe right here. Let's put it right on. And then I'll just put a little bit over top. There. She's done. Easy breezy. Okay, let's put that aside to dry. And these are the other ones I did. So I got this little bear medicine one. Just flex, make that a little bit more flexible. That's better. I'm not going to do flip through of every one, just show you quickly. So that one. Then I have a little blueberry ceremony one. Again, I got to flex these out. Okay. Then I have two Métis girls. She's got Métis Spirit. Slightly different sizes, as you can see. These are some of my printables. Similar inside. This is a little bit of tissue paper and pattern tissue paper is what I lined that one with. I think, yeah, that same with these ones, right? Yeah, this one too. And this one as well, pattern tissue paper. Then I have 4 of these small ones. So I did like a grandmother owl, turtle, medicine wheel with a turtle, and this little monster guy, and this little butterfly girl. So I'll finish those up and then they'll be ready to go to somebody. The other project I wanted to share was, I have a couple other things here, but let's do this one first. This is getting sent out to my cousin. Cousin I met later in my life because she was a 60s scoop survivor. If you don't know what that is, look it up. No. Basically, she was taken from her. Well, she was given up for adoption, but anyways, if you can learn about 60s scoop, I highly encourage it. Not everybody knows about it. So this is the bee charm that I made, but she had her eye on this journal. She's had her eye on this journal for a while. It's the last journal that I have available. Actually, no, I have one more that I've been hoarding. So here it is. First pocket, you get this little monster card. I don't know if I've done a flip through of this journal or not. So this is a Star Person journal. She came from the stars. I do a lot of these sort of starseed type journals. I mean, of course, we come from spirit. We're all spiritual beings. But within the dream of life, there's these stories. And one of the stories is that we come from the stars. So I like doing these little starseed journals. So I'm not going to do a full flip through, just kind of scan through here like so. I use some of the Alberta Native News magazine in here. I tucked in a bookmark for her there. A lot of fun pages in here. I tried to make it kind of galactic. Beautiful moon picture. That was from that Katie Daisy book that I found that was all warped at the Free Church here in the community. I live in Rocky Mountain House, Alberta, Canada. Pleiadian Girl right there, and some fun little goodies there. And there you go. It's the end. So 3 signatures. Another sticker tucked in there. And this is the other journal that I made, and I love how it turned out because I flattened it out in this book. So it's perfect now, but look how pretty. And this is one of the images I did with ChatGPT. And I just love how this little journal turned out. I think it's probably my favorite, but once I'm finished these, I don't know. It's probably still going to be my favorite. Anyways, and then I gave her an envelope, one of these little baggies full of all kinds of fun goodies for her to play with. There's so much fun stuff in here. So that is going out to Anne. from Saskatoon, my cousin. Okay, and then I wrapped it in this really beautiful blessed fabric. I get this fabric from a friend of mine in Calgary who works for Catholic Calgary Immigration Services, and he always sends me fabric from a temple in Calgary where they use it to wrap their prayer books in, and then they discard them when they're done with them. So I smudge them all and I cut them up for my workshops. I use them in spiritual kits and other projects that I do in my artwork. So that is going out to Anne. The other projects share I have is the ornaments that I have been working on. Now I taped these up because I'm going to send them to my sister, but I forgot to do it on Friday. I'll have to do it on Monday, but because Christmas is fast approaching. Kind of wondering if I should keep a couple of them. I kept one ornament. Should have waited to tape these up, but I had taken pictures of these and I wasn't planning on doing a video share of them, but I took a bunch of pictures on my camera, my new phone, and my phone deleted all of my pictures and videos, and I was like, what the heck? And now I can't recover them. So annoyed. So I'll have to take pictures of these again, but these are the ornaments that I made. So I made a whole bunch more. I sent a bunch out to Soquin Friendship Center here in Rocky Mountain House where I sell my artwork. They have a little trading post in their center. So there's a couple of these ones, these little Métis girls in their ribbon skirts with the Métis symbol. Then I have these, one in blue and one in red, because blue and red are the typical colors of the Métis flag. And these little Métis girls carrying their smudge bowls. And I just used glitter glue around the edges because I didn't want to mess with glitter. And actually, it probably wouldn't have mattered if I used glitter because this glitter glue makes a mess anyways. And the glue that I used, I don't have on hand because I think I took it to work to use there. But if you can, like, it's really sparkly, but it does flake off once it dries. So, but it did a pretty good job. And there's only $1.25 a bottle, something like that. So there's those ones, and then I did these ones here. So there's a blue one and a green one. These are little blueberry ceremony girls. She's carrying her little blueberry bucket, wearing her little blueberry ribbon skirt, and she's got little blueberry wings. So all these images I created with ChatGPT. I self-directed it how I wanted the images to look. And it was fun. I know a lot of people are against it, but you know what? I have a different perspective, which I'm not going to get into. So, trust me, I listen to all the spiritual arguments about this. But I'm a Course in Miracles student, and I practice my culture a little bit as well. So I blend the two together at a higher spiritual level. Things that we do within the dream of life on our earth walk don't really matter. It's just a dream. So that's why I'm okay using ChatGPT. So you can use the ego to direct ChatGPT, or you can use spirit, and I use spirit. And so I don't have any fear-based beliefs around it. But I really love these two. These are my favorite, absolute favorite. So I think I might just have to keep one of these for myself for my tree because she's just so super cute. That's nuts too, right? You guys said it, so keeping one. And that's it. So these ones I'm going to send off to my sister. Tape those back up. Is that all I have? I don't know. Let me see. that may be all I have for today. Why do I have this out? Let me refresh my memory. Was there anything in here that I wanted to share? Don't think so, but these are some of the printables that are going to be going on future junk journals. I'll share those with you. Here's the original Métis girl from the little printables I made. So I used an app to kind of make her a little bit more cleaner, if that makes sense, because I wasn't really happy with the coloring on the original. But I think when she goes on a junk journal, I'll like her. But for now, I'm not in love with her, but I do love her face. But the coloring I'm not happy with. So, but I know somebody will like her because I do generally like the overall look of her. Here's another Métis girl with a Métis flag medallion there on her ribbon skirt. She's holding an eagle feather. I'm not crazy in love with this one, but I know somebody will love her once I get her on a junk journal. Here's one of my plating girls with her squash blossom buns. These are a style of buns that some of the Native American women from more in the southern parts of the United States, how they used to do their hair like that. And I think some of them still do that today. And it's called squash blossom buns. And it's such a beautiful hairstyle. I think a lot of us know Princess Leia has that kind of hairstyle, but it's really interesting that our culture has these ties to galactic heritage as well within our crazy dream life here. And then this one is a very old drawing that I did when I lived in Calgary. It's just pencil crayon and a little bit of watercolor. Again, I wasn't happy with the coloring on it. I was still fairly new to using watercolor, and I'm not the greatest at coloring with pencil crayon, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not my favorite medium to use, but once in a while I'll pull out my pencil crayons. And she's carrying some sage, and it says medicine, spirit, and sage on there. So I think once I get this on a junk journal, I'll like it. But for now, I'm kind of like, yeah, she's okay. But I do love her face. I love how the face turned out on her. And then this is another old one that I did when I was first practicing how to, like these two. Even this one, when I was first practicing my illustrations before I became a published book author, I was trying to develop characters for my book, and I knew I needed to practice my illustrations because I wasn't that great of a drawer. And so I just started watching different people and getting inspiration from them and developing my own style. And I really like the round heads. So I ended up getting a stencil, and here it is. This is the stencil I use to draw all of my heads, and it's I don't even know how to say that. Staedtler? I'm the worst at pronouncing things, so yeah. Anyways, you can read it. So that is, I think you can read it. Can you read it on that side? Let's see. Yeah, you can. That I love that stencil. It's my favorite stencil. And that's what I use to do all of these girls with. So that's a little bit about little background information. Oh, but this one, anyways, it's a ribbon skirt girl. She's carrying a smudge bowl. She's got her little beaded medallion in the medicine wheel colors there. And I've used this one a lot in my artwork. I've made stickers out of it, bookmarks. But yeah, she's a beauty. I really love her. And then these are some of the whimsical monsters that will also go on future junk journals, probably. When, I don't know. I might just even gift these to people. I don't know. Like I said, I don't like hanging on to a lot of stuff, but there's certain things that I feel like maybe I should hang on to. And these are my 7 Sacred Teachings printable, not printable, dolls. 7 Sacred Teaching dolls that I did. And I do use them as printables in my artwork. So this one, of course, is Sasquatch, which carries the teaching of honesty. This is probably my absolutely favorite one out of all of the printables that I did. Here we have Beaver, which carries the teaching of wisdom. We've got Turtle, that carries the teaching of truth. And you could journal on the body there if you wanted. Buffalo, which carries the teaching of respect. Wolf, which carries the teaching of humility. Eagle, which teaches, which carries the teaching of love. And Bear, which carries the teaching of courage. And I had an extra turtle with a medicine wheel on it, but it doesn't belong to this set. These ones are a set. These ones go together. And they're all done with watercolor, a little bit of pencil crayon, but mostly watercolor. And they're super cute. So I'm thinking I might put those on covers of journals sometime. And then there's my extra little turtle. I just stick it in there. And then these ones I still have to color. But there's another ribbon skirt girl, similar to the other one that I just showed you with her medallion, and she's smudging as well. This one's carrying an eagle feather. And this one's praying. And I do have these as printables that you can color in yourself. So I actually need to print some of these off and put them in my ephemera packs when I'm doing my junk journal, my upcycled greeting card junk journal kits that I do at work for residents, which I will share those with you guys one day. I don't have any here at home, but I will bring some home and do a project share on those. And this is another one that I need to color, and it's a Métis girl. I actually was inspired by a Métis woman on Instagram who I seen wearing this beautiful handmade cape that was done by a Métis artist. And she was doing this exact thing in the video that they took. And I just loved how beautiful it looked. And so I did this little drawing based off of that cape. And I did tag her in it, and it was on my old Instagram account before I got my new one. So I don't even remember her account, but I love this one, and I can't wait to color it in and one day make a journal out of it because she's so pretty. And that's it. That's all I have in here for now. I don't even remember why I had this journal out. There's some dried leaves in here that I found in a book that I thrifted as well. And some of my labels. There's some more of the mini labels here. Not labels, but I was going to turn these into cabochons. I wanted to make some cabochons for my beading circle at work. Then I have my junk journal in a jar labels, which I don't do junk journals in a jar anymore, so I'm going to probably just recycle those. My Spirit Doll kit labels. I do have some Art by the Métis Mama labels in there. And then my Medicine Doll prayers that get inserted into my Spirit Doll kits I keep in here as well. So that's it. I don't have anything else to share. I'm going to go check on my 8-year-old. I think he's fallen asleep because he's super quiet, which is fine. It gives me a little bit of wake up time. I can have my breakfast and enjoy the rest of my day. So I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for following. Don't forget to like and subscribe.